All right, so you're looking for some clarity on navigating this wild crypto market, huh?
That's it.
Especially with Bitcoin's recent correction.
Yeah,
And hey, who isn't right?
it's a good time to kind of pause and reassess
Right.
during this correction. And
Yeah.
what I think is really interesting about this article is that it goes beyond just explaining the current dip.
Oh.
It actually provides, I think, a framework for how to think about crypto investing over the long haul.
Okay, so let's talk about this Bitcoin correction.
Okay.
The article mentions it broke through that 65,000 resistance level,
Yeah.
then dipped.
Yeah.
Now I remember back in early 2021,
Right.
Bitcoin struggled to break through that same level.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like the entire market was holding its breath.
Sure.
This time it sliced right through.
Right.
What changed?
I think it's a great example of how market sentiment can shift.
Okay.
Back then, institutional adoption was just starting to gain traction.
Mm-hmm.
This time around, we've seen major players like BlackRock diving into Bitcoin,
Yeah.
creating a whole new wave of confidence
Wow.
and buying pressure.
So even though we're seeing a correction now, that earlier breakthrough could be a sign that more investors are seeing Bitcoin as a long-term play.
It's definitely a possibility. Now, to understand if this correction is just a blip or something more serious, the article dives into technical analysis,
Okay.
specifically the 200-day EMA and support bands.
Okay. Technical analysis.
Yes.
Now, I've dabbled in using the 200-day EMA, but I've always wondered, in a market as volatile as crypto,
Yeah.
is a shorter-term indicator, like the 50-day EMA, more useful?
Oh, absolutely.
It seems like things move so fast in the crypto world.
Yeah, you've hit on a key point that a lot of traders miss.
Okay.
You're right. The 50-day EMA can be more responsive to sudden price swings,
Right.
which is crucial in crypto.
Right.
Think of it like this: the 200-day is like tracking an ocean liner.
Okay.
It gives you the overall trend,
Okay.
but a speedboat,
Right.
the 50-day,
Yeah.
will show you those sharp turns much faster.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So looking at the 50-day EMA, what clues can we gather about Bitcoin's next move?
Right now, Bitcoin is trading just below that 50-day EMA, hovering between 58,000 and 62.5K,
Okay.
which happens to be right around that 200-day EMA as well.
Okay.
This tells us that the market is a bit indecisive at the moment.
Interesting.
We need to see a decisive break above that 50-day EMA and then a close above it on the weekly candle to signal a potential trend reversal.
So kind of like waiting for that confirmation before hitting the buy button?
Precisely.
Okay.
That weekly candle close is crucial.
Right.
It's like the difference between a snap judgment and a well-considered decision.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're watching those EMAs and waiting for a decisive move above the 50-day.
Right.
Got it. But Bitcoin isn't the only game in town.
Right.
The article also dives into some intriguing altcoin opportunities,
Yes.
breaking them down into 5 key sectors. Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me.
And for good reason. This is where you can potentially see explosive growth.
Yeah.
Especially during a market correction,
Right.
when some of these sectors might be undervalued.
Okay, let's unpack these sectors.
Okay.
First up, we have AI altcoins.
Right.
AI is red hot right now. Absolutely.
So it's no surprise to see it shaking things up in the crypto space, too. What specifically caught your eye?
There are 2 players the article highlights, Fetch.ai and Render.
Okay.
Fetch.ai is building a decentralized machine learning network. Think of it like providing the infrastructure for a world powered by AI.
Wow.
Render, on the other hand, is tackling the massive computing power needed for AI development. They've carved out a niche in cloud computing specifically for AI applications.
So even during this correction, these AI-focused projects have managed to hold their own.
They have, which suggests that investors are recognizing their potential long-term value,
Right.
regardless of Bitcoin's short-term fluctuations.
Interesting.
It's a good reminder that sometimes the real opportunities are in these niche sectors that are riding the wave of groundbreaking technologies. It's like finding those hidden gems before the rest of the market catches on.
Exactly.
Okay, AI altcoins, check. What's next on our altcoin adventure?
Next up, we're diving into the metaverse with gaming coins.
Now, I've heard mixed things about gaming coins during this correction.
Yeah.
Some held up better than others, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a sector where you see the hype cycle play out in real time.
Right.
However, the article highlights Superverse as one to watch.
Okay.
While some gaming projects struggled, Superverse actually thrived during the correction, indicating a strong community and potentially a more sustainable model.
Okay, so while some gaming coins might be struggling to find their footing, Superverse is out there defying gravity. I'm intrigued. What's the next sector shaking things up?
Buckle up because we're entering the wild world of meme coins.
Okay, meme coins. I have to ask, are we talking about serious investment opportunities or just a speculative frenzy? I mean, I've got a friend who bought a Shiba Inu-themed coin just because Elon Musk tweeted about it. Well, you know what they say about a friend in Dogecoin.
Let's just say meme coins are the ultimate high-risk, high-reward gamble.
Exactly. The article definitely stresses caution with meme coins, and I think that's wise. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, but at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, is there any real value here, or is it just going to vanish as quickly as it appeared?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Yeah. Now let's move on to a sector that I think has the potential to be truly transformative. Real-world assets, or RWAs.
This is the one that really blew my mind when I first read about it. Tokenizing real estate, art, intellectual property, that's huge. It feels like we're on the verge of a major shift in how we think about investing.
It's incredibly exciting. The article highlights Axler as a major player in this space. What they're doing is essentially building the bridges between different blockchains, making it possible to move these tokenized assets seamlessly. Imagine being able to invest in a piece of a Manhattan skyscraper or a rare Picasso all through the blockchain.
And the accessibility this could provide is huge. It's no longer just about Wall Street fat cats making these kinds of investments.
Precisely. And because RWAs are tied to tangible assets, they could offer a level of stability that's often lacking in the more speculative corners of the crypto market.
Okay, so we've got AI gaming, meme coins, and real-world assets. What's the fifth and final sector we need to know about?
The foundation upon which it all rests. Layer 1 infrastructure. Think of it as the bedrock of the entire crypto ecosystem.
So while these other sectors are building the houses, Layer 1 is the land they're all built on.
A perfect analogy. And one project that stands out in this sector and is mentioned in the article is Solana. What makes Solana intriguing is its focus on speed and scalability. It can process a massive number of transactions per second, making it a contender for real-world adoption.
Okay, so Solana is like the Autobahn of blockchains, built for speed and efficiency.
Exactly. And that's crucial as more and more applications are built on blockchain technology. We need that infrastructure to be robust and able to handle the increasing demand.
Makes sense. So we've covered a lot of ground here, analyzing Bitcoin's current position, exploring 5 exciting altcoin sectors. Now I have to ask, with all these potential opportunities, how do we decide where to put our money?
That's the million-dollar question. And it's where patience and a sound investment strategy are paramount. The article emphasizes that timing is everything, especially in a market as volatile as crypto.
I feel like I need to get that tattooed on my arm. Patience is key. It's so tempting to jump in head first when you see things skyrocketing.
Believe me, I get it. But remember our discussion about the 50-day EMA and those weekly candles. Those principles apply to altcoins as well.
So even if a project within, say, the real-world assets sector seems promising, we shouldn't just dive in blindly.
Absolutely not. Watch how the broader market is performing, paying close attention to Bitcoin. Look for those signals of a trend reversal, like Bitcoin consistently trading above those key EMAs before making any big moves with altcoins.
Got it. Don't jump in just because something sounds exciting or everyone else is talking about it. Do your research, look at the technical indicators, and be patient.
Exactly. It's like anything else in life. Knowledge is power.
This deep dive has been so insightful. I feel like I have a much better grasp on not just the current state of the crypto market, but how to think about investing strategically in this space. Any final words of wisdom from the article that you think are crucial for our listener to remember?
Without a doubt. Remember, this is a long game. Don't get caught up in the hype or let your emotions drive your decisions.
Because fear and greed are notorious for leading investors astray, right?
Precisely. Instead, approach crypto investing with a healthy dose of skepticism, a thirst for knowledge, and a willingness to stay calm amidst the storms.
Love it. So take your time, do your research, and don't be afraid to ride out those dips.
Now, something that really stood out to me in this article.
Okay, what jumped out at you?
Well, the article touches on the potential impact of regulation on the crypto space.
Okay.
And it's something I think is often overlooked in the excitement of new projects and potential profits.
That's a really good point. It feels like regulation is the looming question mark in the crypto world.
It is. And while some investors see regulation as a threat, this article argues that it could actually be beneficial in the long run.
Interesting. How so?
Well, right now, the lack of clear regulations creates uncertainty,
Right.
which can scare off institutional investors and limit mainstream adoption.
That makes sense. Big players want to know the rules of the game before they enter the field.
Exactly. Clear regulations, even if they come with some restrictions, could actually increase trust and stability in the market.
It's like the Wild West out there right now. Bringing in some law and order might actually make it more attractive to a wider range of investors.
Precisely. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. How governments around the world choose to regulate crypto could have a significant impact on its future.
Absolutely. It's almost like another factor to add to our analysis, right?
Hmm.
Alongside those EMAs and support bands, we need to be keeping an eye on the regulatory landscape as well.
Exactly. It's all part of being a well-informed crypto investor.
Right.
You can't just focus on the technology or the price charts. You need to understand the bigger picture.
This deep dive has been incredible. I feel like I've gone from crypto curious to cautiously optimistic. Like I'm ready to dip my toes into the water, but maybe with a life vest handy.
That's a great way to put it. And remember, you don't have to dive into the deep end right away. Start small, diversify your investments, and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Those are words to live by no matter what you're investing in. Any final thoughts for our listener before we wrap up this crypto adventure?
Just as stay curious, stay informed, and remember that the crypto world is constantly evolving. What's true today might be different tomorrow, so never stop learning and adapting.
Well said. It's like we've given our listener a map and a compass, but the real journey is theirs to take.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so exciting.
This has been an amazing deep dive into the world of crypto. I feel like I've learned so much, and I hope our listener has too. Until next time, happy investing.